Hi mate, before jumping to the tutorial, let me mention few things here. Do not perform these steps on Xperia devices as the booting Linux will permanently wipe the UFS storage with all partitions as per post-market wiki. Also repartitioning will wipe the user data, so don't do it in your daily driver. By the way, I have repartitioned my Nothing Phone 1 as well and it is running absolutely fine. So this video is going to be about repartitioning Android and add a Linux partition for dual booting. If your device has an SD card slot, then no need to do this, otherwise you can do as I will show in the video. First thing first, we need a small rootfs with repartition tools. For that I will download Alpine mini rootfs. You can use any other Linux distro. I prefer Alpine because of its lightweight. You can download the rootfs according to your device's architecture. I am going with ARC64. Okay, it's downloaded. Now time to extract the rootfs and install tools that I will use while repartitioning. And always extract rootfs tarballs in a folder, as the contents of a rootfs don't have any parent folder. Time to chroot into rootfs, and I will use systemd and spawn. Chroot won't work here because of different host architecture. You can do this in your phone as well. Just use chroot instead of systemd and spawn if you are doing in the same architecture. And SF disk is installed. Now let's install Vim as well. Vim is also done. Now let's compress the rootfs and then I will send the tarball in my phone that I'm going to repartition. So just run the tar command and tarball is ready. My phone is already connected with ADB, so let's reboot into recovery because we can't repartition while the Android is running or if the partition is mounted or in use. So TWRP is up now. By the way, it will work in any other recovery as well. You only need ADB or terminal in the recovery. I'll send the rootfs in temp folder and then extract. Now drop into ADB shell and then I will chroot into Alpine. Before chroot, we need to mount sudo file systems as well, like sys, proc and dev. You can do this using mount with bind option. It's done. You can see the character and block files in dev after mounting. Now let's chroot into the container. Here's the Alpine cell. Now first thing is we have to find the user data partitions super partition or the block name. And here user data partition is not detected by blkid command. Now let's use ls command to get the drive name. Okay, so here's our user data partition. Now ls command and it's SDA15, means it's a partition of SDA. Now time to take backup of existing partition table. In case anything goes wrong, I will revert the changes. I don't think this is the correct one. Let's check another option. Okay, so here it is. The option is dump and you can see later use in description as well. So let's try this. Okay, so this is the correct one. Let's save this in a file. You can use greater than sign to output the stdout data to a file. So the partition table is saved. Before making any changes, copy the same file again and then we will modify the partition table. I will make the changes in the new file. You can edit this file in your PC as well. Just pull the file using ADB and edit in whatever GUI editor you like. Now duplicate the user data line and change the partition number to +1. Okay, so I make it STA16. I will put the type same as I put in my images, but you can omit type and UUID values. That won't affect anything. I will remove UUID and I will change the partition name as Linux. Okay, so this part is done. Now only mass part is left. You can see the sector size in the partition table. It's 4096 in bytes. And all the values mentioned in the start and size are in sectors. Let's open the calculator first. To get the actual size of a partition, we have to subtract the start value from the size value to get the partition size in sector, and then convert the sector value to MB or GB, whatever you prefer. Here's the size in sector. Now let's convert it to bytes and then kilobytes, megabytes and GBs, whatever you prefer. Okay, so the user data partition is of 53 GBs. I will split 10 GBs from the user data and give those 10 GBs to Linux partition. And to do that, first we have to calculate 10 GBs in sectors and then subtract the value from user data partitions. I forget to divide with the sector size. Now subtract this value from the current user data value to reduce its size by 10 GB. So this is done. Time to set the values for Linux partition. So the start block number for Linux partition will be the sum of previous partitions start and size values. I will remove the size parameter from the Linux partition so that it will take all the blocks after the start block number. And that's all. Now save the file and then we will store this partition table. And let me show you the diff of both partition tables. I mean the original one and the modified one. Time to take the backup of both partition tables from recovery to host machine, because after rebooting the files will be gone. I will use ADB pull to pull the files and then we are good to move to last step. Both files are copied to host machine. Now let's restore the modified partition table. I will use the same tool to restore the table. Okay, so the partition table is restored, and user data partition size is also reduced, and Linux partition is added as well. Now unmount everything and reboot to recovery again to see the block in the directory. Same steps again, so I will just fast forward here. Here you can see the partition is added. After repartitioning, you can wipe or format data partition from recovery and reboot to system to boot into Android operating system. That's all for this video. If you have any doubt, just let me know in the comment box.